What's up, everybody, and welcome to my AEW Dynamite review. Wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month, and this is the Fallout show from Double or Nothing last Sunday. One thing before we actually begin this review, go check out the Double or Nothing review. We had a lot of special guests on. Well, Monday afternoon when we did the review, because we weren't going to do that review right after the show, given how long that pay-per-view was. But we talked about the show about a good 2.5 hours. Very fun show to watch. And whatnot, go check out the review. It is uploaded online. Double or Nothing 2022 review. Check it out right now. But AEW tonight live from the LA Forum, making their debut here in the LA Forum. I believe they had about 15,000 some fans here. Big building. It looked like Full House, so it looked pretty good out there in LA. But right off the bat, we kicked it off with the new AEW World Champion, CM Punk. CM Punk came out there, immediately jumped off the stage over the barricade with the fans and everything. Right after, FTR showed up, basically it was set up for a 6-man tag, as it was about to be the Bucks. Why I say the Bucks? But CM Punk and FTR going against the Gun Club and the Acclaim, or just Max Caster and the Gun Club. Anthony Bowens is hurt and is in a wheelchair. Having Billy Gunn come out and wheel him out, wheel him down the ramp in the wheelchair and whatnot. But yeah, basically, Max Caster, he comes out, does his rhymes, takes a good shot at Amber Heard. Shouts to Johnny Depp. Good on him. He won that case. So I'm sure a lot of people are happy about that for justice for Johnny Depp right now. Fuck Amber Heard or Amber Turd or whatever. Just fuck her. And yeah, she owes Johnny Depp now a lot of money. So good to see Johnny Depp get a big win. And fuck those Me Too motherfuckers. So this is a good win. This is a good victory today. I gotta say, a big victory. So good shot at Amber Turd right there. Fuck her. All right, just fuck her. Good shit to see. That I'm sure a lot of people are happy about that. I know I'm going a little bit too long, but that was good though. As for this 6-man tag with Punk and FTR and them, this was a good match. Punk really kind of had some hard time out there, maybe because of that buckshot he did the other night on Sunday, but Punk was a little bit rough out there in this match. I noticed that a few times, especially when he jumped, did this whole springboard thing and slipped, and then he did that power bomb after we tried to go for not GTS, but he picked up Austin Gunn doing the power bomb and throw him into Billy Gunn. You can tell he didn't hit Billy. Billy looked like he sold it late, because it's he threw him into Billy, but it looked like Billy almost forgot to sell, and just Billy got to fall off because the power bomb looked like it didn't even hit him. So Punk had a rough time out there, I thought, but he hit the GTS on Austin Gunn, and FTR did the Shatter Machine and whatnot for the win. But right after, Punk and them got on the microphone then, talked about, he's never done drugs in his life, but he imagines, this is what it feels like. This is what, the championship is all about. And, it's not a road to success. It wasn't littered with mistakes and all that. And, all these learning moments right here. He says you can call them whatever they are, positive, negative, but he is still the champion right now. Hardwood talked about, his family and the crowd and whatnot. Talking about, there's only two things that mean to him, more in pro wrestling and whatnot. Like he said, his wife and daughter, but he talked about, I guess Jeff Cobb and Hikuleo attacking him and saying I guess they're going to hit him at the Forbidden Door. But CM Punk says, we got a show to promote. We got a pay-per-view to sell. So who is going to be CM Punk's opponent at Forbidden Door, huh? Next thing you know, Hiroshi Tanahashi came out. New Japan Pro Wrestling, the ace himself. Basically he's going to be his opponent June 26th at the Forbidden Door, and accepted the challenge. So that's a big match coming up between Punk and Tanahashi. Now, I am kind of somewhat surprised to see that. In a way, one I actually thought was going to be Jon Moxley and Tanahashi, because if you have paid any attention to New Japan, Mox has called out Tanahashi on several occasions. I was there at the Windy City Riot show when he called him out. He's been calling out Tana for a very good long. He said almost for 2 years now, and I kind of would have expected the match actually to happen at Forbidden Door, but it's not going to happen there. Now, some would think Punk would have been facing the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, but one thing, I don't think the IWGP champion was going to lose, and given if Okada is still the champion at the time, or let's see what happens after Hell in a Cell, then we'll see what really happens. But not Hell in a Cell. Let's see what happens after Dominion for Okada, and then we'll see if he's still the world champion. But I don't think they want to do the title versus title thing, because who will go over then? And I don't think they were going to have the IWGP champion lose to the AEW world champion. Yes, CM Punk is the new world champion, but at the same time, New Japan's celebrating their 50th year right now. So I don't think they were going to have Okada lose to Punk if that was going to be the case. That's why they're doing Tana and Punk, which is still big, but I really would have expected Moxley and Tanahashi to happen, because I thought he would have been the one to call him out, because like, man, they've been kind of talking about this for some months now, for a while, so I thought that would have happened. Next, we probably get to the biggest thing of the night, which I'm sure everybody can confirm it is a work, and my friend Kyle told me this right off the get-go. It was a work the whole time, so he was right, because people wondered this was going to be a work or a shoot, but MJF came out there, cut his music off, got on the microphone, and man, this man cut one hell of a promo right here. Talked about he's in a lot of pain from Sunday, but, this is Max Friedman talking, he says. Basically, fans are saying shut the fuck up, but he says, when I got here with All Friends Wrestling, but I had to write my own ticket, I had to make my own name, create my own moment, but I still not getting any respect from this company and from his boss there, Tony. Everything he said touches turns to gold and everything, and there's nothing more that he can't do. And, he doesn't expect to hit home runs. He hits grand slams, and he does it on a weekly basis. Look at the minute-to-minute ratings you all can see. He's basically carried this company on its back. He's done it for months. And he asked the crowd, I see some of you were cheering out there. What were y'all over the weekend when you were calling me an unprofessional piece of shit and whatnot over the weekend, huh? And, basically, all of the boys in the back, y'all want my spot. And he said, y'all can have it because I don't even want to be here anymore, okay? And then, you talk about the fans. You're just uneducated marks. You don't know anything. Your opinions suck. You don't know shit. And you want to say, I suck in the ring because I don't watch New Japan or dump people on their heads. I don't do any of that stuff, which, a lot of this is a lot of truth he's saying, too. But MJF say, he's the best in the world because he makes people feel that it doesn't have to do a bunch of bullshit to get where the fans are at, okay? MJF said that, so the fans take him for granted. And, he's not just a big man in the back, too. But, he's going back to about Tony Khan, Mr. Stat Boy and everything, Khan and stuff, Stat Boy Tony. And, you take all your money, but you bring it to all these ex-WWE guys you keep bringing in, huh? Okay, boss, say you treat, I'm sure you would treat a former WWE guy better than him, which, I'm sure is true, but then again, we've had this argument on Sunday that, yeah, we brought in a lot of WWE guys, but let's be honest, some of these former WWE guys are better than him. Now, all these guys, all of them should be signed, but, some, yeah. But MJF basically said, that, what else did he go on to say? That problem Khan's position of power and everything, and that he called him, we don't gotta wait till 2024. We can get rid of me right now. And he called him a fucking mark. Okay, that's what he called him, a fucking mark. Which Tony Khan is a mark, which we all know. Now, I'm sure people say if this was more of a shoot, then they probably would have brought up the cocaine then, since everyone loves the, that's the other thing. Everyone likes to say it's the coke and stuff with Tony Khan. But, a lot of the stuff was a very truthful promo, but it was a work because they cut his mic and then they went to commercial. If this was a shoot, they wouldn't have let him go out there and almost talk like 6 minutes, just burying shit out there like it's nothing and whatnot. So, come on, like, if this was really a shoot, they wouldn't have let it go on. Like, this, some would say this was his pipe bomb. This was definitely his pipe bomb or his Brian Pillman moment of trying to blur the lines. It's a work shoot. Either you call it a work or a work shoot. It's mostly a work, but it was basically a work shoot promo. But he was hitting a lot of facts out there in his points. Like I say, he wasn't wrong. So when you talk about blurring the lines in this promo, this was blurring the lines, and it was great, and the people loved it. So we'll see where this goes. But yeah, man, a lot of stuff is being addressed, especially what happened over the weekend and what we'll have with this contract thing, I don't know. But it's a work at this point. So that's all you need to know. Even everybody know from Sunday that thought it was a shoot. we've all accepted it's a work, okay? Some people already knew it was a work beforehand, but it's a work, all right? Um, right after, though, Johnny Elite came out for his open challenge, which ended up being a returning Miro. We have not seen Miro since November, if I'm not mistaken, and he's done in being in purgatory and stuff. The Redeemer is back. I almost felt bad for Johnny Elite out there because he was Johnny Deadman, as my friend Steven would say. And Miro killed him with the game over, and it was done after that, so it's nice to see him. Chris Jericho and his Jericho Appreciation Society came out looking like a boy band again and talk about the AEW Galaxy. Everrise was cutting this very bad promo, but Jericho says, I know you all want to sing, but, we're the winners of the Anarchy in the Arena match. And then Jericho said Eddie Kingston's a psycho and whatnot. Basically, you all want to try to cut my hair and try to set me on fire. Call him Danielson a piece of trash. And, we choked him out, him and Hager. And Danielson's not here tonight. And, Garcia wasn't out here also because he's taking on Moxley in the main event. But he says we're sports entertainers and everything. We always beat the pro wrestlers. Eddie Kingston and William Regal came out, which Eddie just started rambling about Mox and everything, talking about him, which I feel like he was just going a mile a minute out there. It took me a minute to understand what he was saying. But Regal was basically there. And listen, man, I know Regal was just there to say, like war games and stuff, but he said, blood and guts. And it wasn't as epic when he said war games on NXT. Some say it was rushed, but it's just like Regal was just there just to say his cue and then leave after that. But it wasn't as impactful when he said war, because when he said war games, it's like war games, war. It just gets you in that moment, and you get really excited when he said it. But blood and guts, it was just kind of like that's all he said because Eddie did most of the talking. He's just like blood and guts, and it's like that. I'm like, wow, that doesn't sound like impactful as war games, but Kingston says I'll fight you all right now. I'll take you on, and Kingston, tried to fight all of them. They all started jumping him. Ortiz came out there and attacked Jericho. He hit him with a loaded sock or something, and then he cut a piece of Jericho's hair down, and Jericho says, you stupid son of a bitch, you want to cut my hair? Okay, you'll get your blood and guts match. But Ortiz, I want your hair shaved in a hair versus hair match. I guess that'll happen in July now, and War Games will happen on June later this month and whatnot, on the 20-something. So, and he says, I'm going to shave your head and burn him because he's a wizard, folks. Chris Jericho, the wizard himself. Maybe he'll shoot ice out of his hands next week or get a magic broom to fly around the place. So, Chris Jericho's a wizard. Right after, I guess they showed footage of Samoa Joe getting attacked by Satam Singh and Jay Lethal. How long has this feud been going, and when is this match going to happen with Lethal and Joe? 10-man tag then. Obviously, some changes here. With the Jungle Express, Christian Cage, Matt Hardy, and Darby Allin. Jeff was there, but Jeff Hardy is hurt. I believe they said from Sunday. And some people say it has to do with the Darby match and everything to why Jeff Hardy was hurt out there. Listen, there's a lot of reasons you could say why Jeff Hardy is hurt right now. Let's be honest. The minute they brought Jeff Hardy in this company, this guy's been jumping off ladders ever since he got here. He's only had one, maybe two regular matches and stuff. Every week we've seen Jeff Hardy ever since he got to AEW has been doing some hardcore, crazy style ladder match, and maybe it's just taking an effect on him right now, and the guy needs a break because he did look banged up even walking out there, okay? Some say Darby looked a little bit banged up too when they had that match. Listen, we know Jeff Hardy can do this crazy shit and everything, but you don't need to do this every week. Some people said maybe WWE cut that shit out and saved it for later times, but if they really want to do it, and I've said it with the Jeff Hardy and Darby thing, they didn't need to do that match at a tournament match on free TV. You saved that for a big feud and then put it on pay-per-view, not on free television, okay? You could at least waited until Jeff Hardy got into some big feud or a big match, then he can go do all the crazy ladder stuff and insane shit that Jeff Hardy does. He didn't need to do it every week because it's like he was in some crazy hardcore match every week. And it's like, man, is he ever going to have one regular match around here? And now it's like, okay, he got hurt, so he was taken out of this match due to injuries, which a lot of people shouldn't be surprised because the Hardys, they've been killing themselves ever since they got back together. But, Jeff has really been killing himself out there. I know he can do it, but shit, relax your body at the same time. So, that's basically why he's not in this match. But, Cole wasn't in this match also in the 10-man tag. Someone said it was the Undisputed Bullet Club out there, but it was Red Dragon, the Young Bucks and Hikuleo from the Bullet Club in this match. Honestly, it was a spot fest. More you can say it's a spot fest. Pretty fun to watch, but basically a spot fest. So that's why I always usually say, can you say spot fest? And yes, it was a spot fest. But you know, Bucks and them got the win on Jungle Boy. Which maybe he'll get a title shot now. Christian, you know, I guess kind of, you know, walking off with Jungle Boy giving him a hug. So maybe the turn is coming in somewhere. We'll see what happens with that. Keith Lee and Swerve were being interviewed, and honestly, this segment meant nothing. Basically, Swerve was just there to promote himself and his entourage. In other words, buymyshit.com in a way. Because it's like, I'm on my mogul shit, and it's like, you got someone that made, I guess he made the music for Black Panther and, you know, Civil War and whatnot, the MCU, and one dude that was a fashion designer, and I guess someone had to do with, like, you know, what was it? Something to do with, you know, Lakers players and, you know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Shaq and Kobe and someone that made music. Like, dude, this is a Swerve. It meant nothing, okay? Swerve just wanted to promote himself right there with his entourage and his crew. I'm sure that jacket cost like $1,000. Now, if, you know, probably gotta be $1,000, but Swerve was just there promoting his people. That's all it really was. It didn't mean nothing. And, you know, Keith Lee was just saying Swerve in our glory. That's all he said. So that segment interview meant nothing. Okay, Swerve just wanted to get his shit out there. That's kind of it. Athena was being interviewed by Tony Schiavone. She is now All Elite, and she won that TBS title from Jade Cargill and whatnot. Jade and the baddies walked out with Stokely Hathaway. Basically, I guess Hathaway is now Jade's publicist and whatnot. Saying, you know, this is a queen, this is a goddess, this is the TBS champion. You ain't getting this title shot today. Kiera Hogan started getting in Athena's face then. Anna Jay and Chris Statlander came out. Chris Statlander, big pop, by the way, coming out there. Basically, all of them just start getting each other's face, having a stare down. So referees and producers broke it up. But obviously, it's going to lead to a 6-woman tag. But now we already know that this Friday live on Rampage, it will be Athena versus Kiera Hogan. So that should be really good coming up. Wardlow, when he gets JD Drake, Wardlow by himself, no security guys, no music, but he finally had his music, so he still had the Goldberg-like entrance going on. Wardlow, power bombs, that's all you need to know. But as he was being interviewed, Mark Sterling came out saying all the security guards, basically, we're serving you papers because you basically killed all these security guys. They're now suing Wardlow and whatnot and all, you know, just for all these power bombs, and the security's hurt, so now they want a lawsuit against him. Scorpio Sky and them, well, Scorpio's from LA, so it's kind of fitting to have him have his, you know, LA Lakers TNT title belt there. Talk about what's going to happen on Rampage Friday, and that Dante Martin will go one-on-one with him for the title, so we'll see what happens from there. Tony Storm and Ruby Soho went against Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. It was a good match. Not much to say, but as my friend Gerard said on the phone, talking to him during this match, there's like a meaningless match for Ruby to win. But hey, she finally beat Britt Baker. It was a random ass tag team match, but she finally beat Britt Baker, folks, in some form of fashion. Because I forgot, you know, her and Cole are the, you know, King and Queen of Hearts right now with those title belts they have and whatnot from the Owen Hart tournament. But yeah, you know, and they kept showing like Baker and Jamie Hayter kind of teasing, you know, against each other again. What's gonna happen there? You know, dissension. But yeah, Ruby, she actually beat Baker this time, and then Hayter and Baker beat both of them up then after the match. So there you go. John Moxley went against Daniel Garcia in the main event. You know, Vince Vaughn and Macaulay Culkin was out there. I enjoy Regal when he says "Man with Mask" and Mr. Ross. Jericho was there on commentary. You know, one thing I noticed with all these John Moxley matches, it's like he bleeds every other few weeks. Given this, maybe this is an exception, given the whole match from Sunday, and he had stitches in his head already, and they say he was bleeding the hard way. But I feel like every other week, Moxley has to bleed in a match for some reason. I don't know why. Jericho tried to get involved. Eddie Kingston came out and stopped him, damn near stumbling to get to that ring. But Moxley ended up winning, got the Bulldog choke on him. and stuff. Moxley basically, got on the microphone right after, saying Blood and Guts signed him up, so he's going to be for it. So basically, we're going to be getting a rematch what's going to be in a Blood and Guts match. Did this need to be the main event? No, because I feel like I've seen, and remember when Daniel Garcia was on hell of main events, especially on Rampage against anybody, and we've seen him face Moxley before, and Garcia is good, but he takes all these L's in these main events. Like, what's it mean if you're going to keep taking L's all the time, okay? But, Mox got the win. It was what it was in the end. So this match was kind of whatever, given that I've seen it before. You already knew who was going to win from here. But it's just setting up Blood and Guts and everything. But yeah, Rampage will be live this Friday back on its regular time thing. So no more 4:30 in the afternoon or 5 or 6 or whatever weird time frame they've been going in the past 3-4 weeks. So Rampage is back in its regular time. But other than that, that is my review of AEW Dynamite tonight. Check out the Double or Nothing review that is up online right now. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Comment, subscribe. Wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month, and I'm out of here. Peace out.